I don't know what happened. All the chat stopped, but it said there were people in here. Hi, we're here. Good. I think my phone got really excited by my reading. I was like, wow, that's good reading. I'm not going to work anymore. Did you? It was like there was no chat. It was all gone. Were you guys chatting amongst yourselves? Were you still chatting with each other? Because I wasn't seeing anything. And I was saying, is anyone here? If you're here, please say hello. Read, please. Okay, what do I read? I have so many books. Well, I mean, I don't want to read something that I shouldn't be reading. And by that, I don't mean like pornography. I mean something that I'm going to read later to you. Okay, well, I'm going to read what you were saying later when I rewatch it. I'll go and I'll see after. Was it anything important? You were answering my questions and you were laughing at me, weren't you? I don't mind. I don't mind. Okay, I'm standing over here. I'm just going to take out a few books. I'll take this. I'll take... Oh, you know what? I have a book right here. This was in my stack of books. I took it out of my tripod stack. It just happened to be this one. This is one that's on my list. Well, all the books are on my list. But this is a cover I enjoy very much. It's the strange message in the parchment. This is a really pretty cover, isn't it? Nancy looks very solemn, or we weren't, it had disconnection. Okay, yeah, I disconnected because I thought I wasn't seeing anyone. Are you on Goodreads? I am, but I don't use it very much. I think my to read list has like over 200 books. And my currently reading has stuff that, like library books that I took back years ago. So I'm not active on it. So if you want to add me, you're not going to see too much from me. So the strange message in the parchment. This is one that I have read. I enjoy it. I think a lot of people don't like this one. I liked it. It's got sheep in it. I guess I kind of like the setting of this one. Also, again, this has the illustrations I don't really like. I don't want to badmouth artists and stuff. I mean, it's better than I could draw. But it has a very funny picture. This is one, is that Bess? Oh no. It's George and Nancy and sheep and ram. The ram got ready to toss Nancy into the air. See? George is like, I'm going to do judo on that ram. I thought I missed. No, I'm here. Well, I disconnected for a while because things weren't working well. I don't know if it was me or YouTube. Plus, I have my phone plugged in, but it wasn't charging, and that was upsetting me. How many of you have read this already? Should I just start reading it? I also grabbed this. Mr. Blandings builds his dream house. I have a lot of old books from my dad. This was a movie, actually. See, it's got Cary Grant. I read the book and then I can't remember. I think I found the movie to watch, but I haven't watched it yet. Cary Grant, Myrna Loy, and this guy, Melvin Douglas. I guess I don't really know that guy. But it's a paperback and it's cute. And it has art in it. It has little illustrations that are so cute. I love this style. Oh, pages falling out. It's one of those cheap pulpy books. See? Princess Di. It's true, doesn't she? Is it her hairstyle? I never heard of that book, but it looks interesting. Which one? Strange Message in the Parchment or Mr. Blanding's Dream House? And that is from 1946, this one. Okay, so that wasn't my dad's because in 1946, my dad was only 7. I was reading big-ish books at 7, but not that it's a big book, but it's not like a little kiddie book. I've seen that movie. Yeah. I know I read the book first. Maybe I started to watch the movie, but didn't finish it for whatever reason. The red one. Yeah, it's a cute book. It's a fun, lighthearted comedy. Yeah, I think it is her face too, isn't it? She has that, Princess Di had like a very sad look. Not all the time. I mean, when she smiled, but she always looked kind of solemn, like she was going to start crying. Yes, I'm back. We've kind of strayed from talking about the brass bound trunk. And now I've got other books in my hands. So, do you want me to start reading this? Strange Message in the Parchment? I'm not going to be able to edit out my goofs. You know what they say? I just started reading Where the Crawdads Sing because there is a movie coming soon. It seems like everyone read this except me. I've never heard of it. Is it old? I like the Arizona raspberry iced tea. You know what I like best though? They didn't have a big selection at this corner store. I like Arnold Palmer's. First, I like golf, and I really like, they have a picture of Arnold Palmer, and they have some facts about him. Iced tea and lemonade. It's good. So the Strange Message in the Parchment is number 54. It's one of the last ones. It's a few years old, I guess. I heard of it because Taylor Swift has a new song in the trailer. Haha. Ways to Find New Books. The title seems kind of familiar, but maybe it's just reminding me of something else. What year was this? Is 1974. Okay, I'm going to read the, this is one that I am going to record as I normally do, you know, and upload, but I guess I can just start reading it since it's here. Nancy Drew Mystery Stories, number 54, The Strange Message in the Parchment by Carolyn King. A sheep farmer, I have to belch, hold on, or like just go, sorry. A sheep farmer receives a mysterious telephone call shortly after he buys a series of pictures painted on parchment. Decipher the message in the parchment and right a great wrong, the voice says. Puzzled, the owner asks Nancy to help. With Junie, my mom's name is June, and her friend Shirley, stop calling me Shirley, calls her Junie. Okay, let me, wait, somebody said something. Tanya, I heard it. It's crazy that you can switch your normal. Oh, I didn't know. Well, I mean, it's still the same voice, right? It just sounds more, you know, I guess it's kind of automatic now. It's like a recording. It plays over and over again. Where was I? With Junie, his daughter, Nancy tracks down a kidnapper and a group of extortionists. Clues weave in and out of several puzzles, 2 of which are linked with Italy. Is there a connection between the message in the parchment and a boy artist on another farm? And who is responsible for the atmosphere of fear in the neighborhood? Atmosphere of fear. After several harrowing experiences, Nancy begins to tighten the net around a ruthless villain and calls on the assistance of her friends Ned, Bert, Dave, Bess, and George to bring his nefarious schemes to a dead end. So we've got the whole gang here in this one. Although I think the boys only come into it later. Who's this? And she's singing Mariah Carey. Okay. I love your voice and the way of reading. Thank you so much for all your work. You're such a positive spirit, like Nancy, I'm still reading herself. And sorry, don't want you to stop from reading, listening now. Well, see, I want to read your messages too. If you ask a question, I'm not going to answer it later when everyone's asleep. Oh, right. You probably are all in different time zones. For me, it is 4:46 p.m. Sunday, 2022, planet Earth. I think we're all on the same planet. Chapter 1, Stolen. Do you hear the birds? In the cars? Probably not. It's perfectly beautiful, Nancy exclaimed. I think I'm nervous. She was standing in front of a long mirror in the Drew hallway, admiring herself in a sheepskin jacket. Near her stood a girl of the same age, 18. The 2 were of identical height and slender. Sounds like Sweet Valley High. But Nancy was a strawberry blonde with blue eyes, while the other girl had brown hair and eyes. Junie Flockhart, you're a darling, Nancy said, hugging her friend, a former schoolmate. Junie's family had moved many miles away to a large sheep farm. Junie smiled. You know, Nancy, you were always one of my father's favorites. When I told him I was coming here to visit, he sent you this gift. By the way, how would you like to solve a mystery for him? Nancy's eyes sparkled. A mystery. Let me see what you guys said. Somebody said something. Same time here. For now, I thought it said India at first. Indiana. Oh, we're in the same time zone? I don't know all the time zones. Same planet. Where I live, it's 11 p.m. and very dark and quiet outside. Perfect time for reading or listening to books. Yes. And maybe people will watch this after, because I'm going to save it. It's going to be there to watch. Page 2. I'll read the whole page and then I'll see what you guys are saying. My peripheral vision shows me when a message comes up. I just won't look at it. At this moment, a motherly, middle-aged woman came into the hallway to greet Junie and admire the sheepskin jacket. She was Hannah Gruen, the Drews' housekeeper, who had been a mother to Nancy since the girl was 3 and her own mother had passed away. Did your father make the jacket? Hannah asked Junie. Yes, she replied. At one end of Triple Creek Farm, he has a factory that produces sheepskin articles. Dad also makes parchment from the sheepskins. I make cookies on parchment paper. Is it made of sheep? Can somebody answer that? I put everything on parchment paper. Mutton flavored cookies. Okay. He has a marvelous time for a drink. He has a marvelous collection of parchments from all over the world, Junie went on. Sorry. Some are very old. A few have illuminated writing on them in foreign languages. Others have beautiful painted pictures. I'd love to see them, Nancy put in. You will if you come home with me to solve the mystery. My father has a parchment that has 4 lovely small paintings on it. He is intrigued by the parchment because of a strange phone call he received soon after he bought it. A man who didn't give his name said the picture had a message. Anyone who could figure it out would bring happiness and comfort to several people and right an old wrong. That's strange, Nancy replied. If the man knew this, why didn't he tell the whole story? He hung up abruptly, Junie answered, as if someone had approached him and he couldn't say any more. Everyone in our family has tried and failed to decipher the meaning of the picture. I'd like to try to solve the mystery, Nancy said. When do I start? As soon as you can get ready. And say, why don't we have a house party? Ned, Bert, Dave, Bess, George, and my date Dan. I know you'll like him. That's a wonderful idea, Nancy replied. What do you think, Hannah? Mrs. Gruen smiled. The instant I heard there was a mystery to solve at Triple Creek Farm, I knew you'd want to go. I think the idea is great. If your father hasn't any special work for his sleuthing daughter, I'm sure he'll agree. House party, food. We're going to hear about the food. I don't remember how much all the food in this one. That parchment made you parched. It's dusty. You guys. I'm getting so many notifications from other apps while I'm doing a live. Normally I don't get any. Hi. How are you? Talisha, I recognize your name. Did Jada and Wombat make it back in after the chat screen quit? Are you here, Jada and Wombat Patty? Okay, so this is exciting. Nancy took off the sheepskin jacket and laid it on a chair in the living room for her father to see when he came home. Then she went upstairs with Hannah and Junie to look through her closet and select appropriate clothing for the trip. Let's see, we're going to a sheep farm. I think we need some formal party dresses. What do you think? Hello, Green Grapes. How are you? You just read The Wind in the Willows, an abridged version, but still, that's one of my most favorite books of all time. I love Ratty. When I was a kid, I used to watch the British animated one. I listen to your eye. Cool. Okay, I'm going to catch up with the chat in a bit. Where was I? Oh yeah, they're selecting clothing. Don't bother with a lot of dresses, Junie said. At the farm, we just about live in jeans, shirts, and jackets. All this time, Hannah Gruen had been grinning. Junie, you've never seen Nancy when she's trying to solve a mystery. She's like a hound on a scent and never gives up until she has caught the villain. And she brings a party dress. Ooh, there's a picture. Togo's coming up. Junie was about to say something, but just then Nancy whispered, Listen, I heard the front door close softly. Let's find out who's here, who's there. She and Junie hurried down the stairs. No one was in sight, and when Nancy called out, asking who was in the house, there was no answer. Then she noticed something strange. My new jacket is gone, Nancy cried. The girl stared at the empty chair. My beautiful sheepskin jacket must have been stolen, Nancy exclaimed. She rushed to the front door and opened it wide, just in time to see a girl disappearing around the end of the curved driveway. She was wearing the sheepskin jacket. Let's chase her, Nancy urged. She whistled for her little terrier, Togo, who hurried from the kitchen. Come on, old boy, we must catch a thief. Togo followed her and Junie out the door. For a few seconds, the dog ran alongside Nancy. As soon as they reached the street, however, and his mistress pointed to the fleeting thief, he knew what he was supposed to do and bounded off. The stranger had a good head start and was running like a trained athlete. We'll never catch her, Junie said. She must be a professional thief, Nancy added. She was so quiet, she didn't even disturb Togo. Picture, come on, Togo, we must catch a thief. Nancy and George have no faces. Togo, Nancy and George with no faces. Wait, George isn't there. Sorry, Nancy and Junie. And then there's the thief running away. Is that the Drew house? I don't picture it like that. I don't think that's the Drew house. What could I use as a bookmark? Oh, I'll use my mystery, my skeleton key. Let me catch up with the chat. Hello, I am all right. So good to see you. Hi, Ellen. Hi there. Thank you. It's a favorite of mine as well. Yeah, I love The Wind in the Willows. Keep meaning. I wonder how the authors come up with so many names. Every Nancy book has so many side characters. I love a lot of the villain names in Nancy Drew books. They're so funny sometimes. Like in Quest of the Missing Map, Snorky. Snorky. Stumpy Dowd. That's a funny name. As I'm rereading this, because it's been a while, a couple years since I read it, like I forgot Togo chases the lady and all that. I think I really like this one a lot. Like I don't remember every exact part of it. Okay, is Togo going to catch the thief? Oh, do you want it? I want to show you pictures and stuff. Well, I'm definitely going to be doing more lives because this is fun. It's fun. All right, let me continue. Junie wondered how the girl had known about the coat. Of course, I carried it in a plastic see-through bag, she said. That girl may have noticed it and followed me from the train to your house. Nancy nodded. She may have been spying, and when we went upstairs, she came in. But how did she get in? By now, Togo had almost caught up to the stranger. At the same moment, all three girls saw a policeman in the distance. The thief, realizing it was useless to proceed, quickly turned into a driveway. By the time Nancy and Junie reached the spot, the suspect was out of sight. Togo was returning, however, to present them with a chunk of cloth, which he held in his teeth. Nancy reached down and took it. This is a piece from that sneak thief's skirt, she exclaimed. What a great clue! Togo, you're a clever little dog. Togo barked as though he were urging Nancy to continue the search. Maybe the thief is hiding, Nancy said. The girls raced down the driveway to the rear of the property where there was a hedge. Nancy's jacket lay on the ground in front of it. Togo pulled it along the ground, growling all the time. Nancy picked it up. Togo, you're marvelous. You scared that girl into discarding the jacket when you took a piece out of her skirt. Let's go on, Junie urged. Maybe we can catch her. The girls parted the hedge and went through. The thief was not in sight. Trying to guess which direction she had taken, they ran into the adjoining yard. Here the two searchers separated, one going along the left side of the house, the other to the right. Within a few seconds, they met on the front sidewalk and looked up and down the street. There was no sign of the person they wanted. Nancy heaved a sigh. Anyway, she said, I'm thankful to have my beautiful jacket back. And Togo got a good clue we can take to the police. The little dog was jumping and barking. Junie looked puzzled. Togo is asking for further instructions from me, Nancy explained. She leaned over and patted him once more. He's eager to continue the case. Speaking abruptly when Togo barked again. This time he leaped to the pavement and ran alongside a car that was speeding down the street. What's Togo doing that for? Junie asked. Without replying, Nancy started running also. Her first thought was to keep Togo from being killed if the driver, either accidentally or deliberately, swerved and hit him. Togo, come back! She cried out. The little dog paid no attention. Suddenly, Nancy caught a glimpse of the young woman on the passenger side and realized why. The dress matched the sample Togo had taken from the thief's skirt. The car's driver, evidently sensing the situation, put on speed. Out of breath, Nancy stopped. She was in time to catch the number on the license plate and memorize it. Togo had given up the chase too and returned to Nancy on the sidewalk. Thank you, Togo, she said, hugging him. Now we'll go. Junie hurried up to them and was told of Nancy's discovery. She was astounded at the rapidity with which clues were mounting. All you have to do, she said, is report the license number to the police. They'll learn who the car's owner is, the name of his passenger, and catch the thief. I hope it will be that easy, Nancy said. But what? Junie asked. The driver may not be the owner of the car. You mean he might have stolen it? Right. If he... toe cramp. Talk amongst yourselves. We're almost finished chapter 1. Sorry. Do you ever get a Charlie horse, like in your leg? Sometimes I get them in my toes. It'll pass in a second. It's a very exciting first chapter. If he did, he'll probably abandon it. Another possibility is that the driver does not know his passenger. She could have hitchhiked and not given her name. Junie's look of hope faded. And here I thought it would be easy. Well, it may still be. Let's think positive, Nancy, and go to the police with a report. End of chapter 1. What was I using as a bookmark? Oh yeah, the key. The mystery key. Okay, so that was chapter 1. A strange message in the parchment. Let me look and see what you guys are chatting about. Where was I? Hi there. Thank you. I wonder how yeah. I'm making it me. So sorry, my iPad died. Oh, hi. Welcome back, Jada. Okay, so I think I asked before, but now I'm actually paying attention to the chat. How many of you have already read Strange Message in the Parchment? Either recently or anytime, whenever. Me. Do you like it? Is it one of your favorites or? not favorites or in the middle. A long time ago. Yeah. As I was saying, I don't mean to repeat myself all the time, but a lot of times I remember the cover and nothing of the plot. I haven't, but now I'm excited for it. Yeah, well, maybe I can like keep reading it in the lives. And then I'll make some kind of a post that like for people who want to listen to it as an actual organized edited audiobook, they can avoid the chats, the lives. Like I could read it. I enjoy reading live without editing and stopping every now and then and chatting. And again, I'm saving all this, so. Do you guys? Yeah. I feel more comfortable already. It helps to know what the buttons do. Like I know how to get rid of the filter. So all I have to do is press the button again. Last night I was yelling. Well, I wasn't yelling, but I was like getting frustrated because what a great idea. It could be like a little book club party. Yeah, we can wear costumes. I like dressing up. Have you guys ever done like murder mystery games where you role play and you are playing a character? Party bus streams. Oh, I don't think we're going to go on a bus. I think we're just going to sit here. Is that what that means? You actually go on a bus? Nah. I want a bus. I want to like just be quiet and read or something or look out the window. I did one a few years ago, and I was playing a college student, and I went out to Goodwill and I got myself like a collegiate looking outfit, and it was fun. The game itself, I'm not good at that. Like everything's impromptu. I need a script. I can't, well, it's like with these books, I can't keep track of everything. Not good at improv. I feel like there's a lot of pressure on me or something in that kind of a game, you know? Clue. My best friend had Clue. I don't remember playing the board game. We had a VHS version of it, like with videotapes, but I don't know that we ever played it. I just remember the box. It was VHS kind of interactive Clue. Oh, and maybe a couple years ago, I found on YouTube they have the video that you would watch, and it's like really fun. I just watched that. I don't want to actually play the game. I like pretty simple games like Scrabble, Trivial Pursuit, drawing games like Pictionary, even though I'm not a good drawer. It's just fun. Oh yeah, there's an app for everything. I am from Jamaica and oh yeah, right. Everyone has Monopoly. I am not into math and money and real estate, so I really don't like. I was never a fan of Monopoly, but I saw Smurfs Monopoly, and I would love to play that just because it looks beautiful. And I saw South Park Monopoly, but just the basic Monopoly, I'm like, "Meh." But if I do play, I want to be the little dog. I'm always the little doggy. I have a game from my childhood. I'll take it down and show you. Cluedo. I've heard of that. What is that? Cluedo. I think I've heard of it. I'll show you a game from my childhood that I have on top of my closet. If I can reach it down without killing myself. Oh, it's under. Oh my gosh, it's so dusty. Hold on a minute. I have to dust it off. It's been on top of my wardrobe for a couple years. Sorry, I'm not Hannah Gruen. I'm not a great housekeeper. It's got so much tape on it holding it together, but I'm sure a lot of you know this game. This one is, oh, I'm looking at the bottom. This one's from 1982. Yeah, Cluedo. It sounds like Clue. Maybe just a different country version. Yep, Guess Who. Okay, so these are the classic Guess Who people. And I always remember the faces. I remember all these faces from when I was little. Have you ever met or like seen a stranger on the street who looks exactly like one of the Guess Who people? Every now and then I see someone and it's like, oh, that guy looks exactly like Tom. Or that guy. Oh, Alice. Alice is so angry. Alice looks mean. Where does she go? Where is she? Oh, she's at the back. Alice is a very angry lady. You know someone like Alice? I think of her as like someone who works in a factory or a school and has been there forever, but she's bitter about it. This is so fun. I'm having so much fun reading this book and not having to edit it and upload it, you know. All I have to do is when I end this stream, it's just going to save. I don't have to do anything. Not Alice, but my version. Right. I mean, there are lots of different versions of Guess Who as well. I saw one called Guess Jew. It's all Jewish people. It's funny. I have yarn everywhere. I'm just like, oh, I'm just going to play with a ball of yarn. This, I think I've used once to make a little doll. Do you want me to show you some dolls? Okay, I have this doll sitting on my shelf. Her name is Gretchen. She's one of the first, she's been around for a while, and she's been on sale at different places, like in shops, and she's been to craft fairs with me, and I don't know why nobody ever bought her, but I still have her. She's changed clothes many times, but her face and her hair is still the same. Oh gosh. I just read, how much time do you spend? Well, when I'm doing it all on my phone, well, I do all the editing and uploading on my phone, even when I have my microphone and laptop. My laptop is pretty crappy, so I just record it on there. And so it's like really easy to edit with the software that I have. And then I transfer it onto my phone. And then I have to edit it all together with the thumbnail and the music. And then as I'm going along, oh, right, I edit out my goofs on the computer when I'm recording. And I have a separate file that I just keep adding my goofs onto. I love the goofs. They're so fun. That's like the most fun thing to upload and listen to. It's the goofs. I find it really fun. So I'm not sure how long it takes. It's like when people ask me how long it takes me to finish a certain doll. I'm like, I don't know, because I don't time stuff, and I'm working on a million different things at the same time. Thank you. Yeah, I just use a free video editor. My iPad might die again. Oh, I should see if I'm charging. I'm at 86%. I'm not. Oh, it is charging. Okay. Is your iPad plugged in? Okay, let me show you Gretchen. I love Gretchen. I could put a cuter outfit on her. Thank you so much. I really dislike, oh, I can show you what I'm recording with right now, my earbuds that I bought. I got these when I came back here to Montreal from my parents, because I left all my stuff in my bedroom there. And oh, it was mostly because I needed some good earbuds for just like canceling out noise when I'm in a cafe or something, so I can listen to the Beach Boys and just be calm. So I found these ones that also have a microphone in them. They're Sony thingies, but I do not like the design of them. Like, here, I'm gonna, oh wait, if I put them in, it's gonna start recording through that. Will it? I don't know. Tell me, does that sound different? So this one has volume on it, and it's like right here, you go, and this one changes the song and all that and pauses. But if you're in bed and you're lying down like this, it presses it, you know? Plus, they're a little big for my ears. I have tiny ears. But I've been recording with these. I put these in, but the sound quality compared to the recording quality compared to my microphone is, I can't wait to get my microphone back. You can do it, little iPad. Yep, I live in Montreal. Everyone teases me about my iPad dying. You know what? What was I complaining about earlier today? I had no one to complain to, so I was just complaining to myself. But we need more outlets in public spaces because everything's going all digital, which I don't like. You know, you have to do everything digitally now. Well, if you have your phone open and you're doing things digitally all the time, your battery's going to die. So there should be outlets everywhere for plugging yourself in. Am I right? There are some headphones that are specially made for sleeping. They are really flat and comfy. Oh, cool. Earbuds or headphones? Like, yeah, I have tiny ears. I have to get earplugs they're pink and they're called Dream Girls, and apparently they're for little women ears or something. Yes to the outlets. Yes, earbuds and headphones. So I enjoy these for listening to music a lot, but the recording, it's like really tinny and you know what I mean? You know what I mean. Oh yeah, these are my, wait, I can show you my earplugs. I got a new packet of them. Then I'll show you the doll. The price is right. Take that off. So these are my earplugs. They're smaller than the regular ones. Dream Girls provides ultimate comfort for women. They're pink for her pleasure. Whoops, sorry, this is family friendly. Sometimes I need to be, I don't swear very much or say, you know, more adult stuff. But every now and then I have to remember that there are kids who might be on here and I don't want to get in trouble. What's that smell? Oh, I have a box of Irish Spring soap where this was, and I'm like, what's that smell? It smells like Ireland. It's just my soap. Oops, I lost my check. Oh, thank you. My earrings. Yes, okay. There is kind of a reason that I put them on to show you. I have many other pairs, and I was thinking about selling them. Not for a lot, but I have an overabundance of things that I've made. Now I have ideas for doing lots of giveaways and contests on the channel, but I also am not averse to selling things. I'm a kid. I was only born 50 years ago. Oh, I'm a kid too. I was going to say I'm 46. No, I just turned 44, but I'm a kid. Thank you. Mostly I just want to get rid of stuff. Like, I like a lot of the stuff we've made, but I don't need it. I don't need it around. Let me show you Gretchen. Not really too fond of what she's wearing right now. I change her clothes every now and then. She has a very basic outfit on right now. This is Gretchen. She needs her blush made up a little more of it. Yeah, she has no mouth. She's just a little girl. She's a bit floppy. Hi. Hi, everybody. Everyone started small once. You never know where something like this will take you. That's true. I mean, and I have more of this upcycled yarn. For a while, that's like all I was doing. And I would make scarves and all kinds of stuff with huge needles and this yarn. But I still have a lot because it's fun to make little things like earrings. I still have a lot of the hardware you put on them. And then this is just regular yarn at the top. Yes, this is Gretchen. She's a good little girl. You go back up here. Oh, okay, I'll show you one more thing. Because I've been showing these in my recent, for when I came back, I thought I had long hair for a minute. I thought these were braids. They're just my earrings. You can knit if you want to. You can learn to do anything now with YouTube. I mean, I learned a lot of my knitting skills on YouTube. Not all of it. Some I learned from people. Some I learned from videos. Thank you. Thank you. Gretchen says thank you. So you saw some pictures of these guys. Some of you might have. He's not finished. They're not finished. They need faces, eyes, beaks, some fluff at the top. Maybe some of them will have like a little scarf or whatnot. This is the bluebird guy. I'm not good at crocheting. I find it hard, probably because I learned to knit first. People say crochet is easier. And you would think it would be because with knitting, you have two needles. With crochet, you just have one hook. But when you're used to one way, it is harder. I'm having an ice cream sandwich. I'd share them with all of you, but digital ones they're not as tasty. Yeah, if it's something you really want to learn, it's easy. You don't have to pay for lessons. You can learn on YouTube. If you're left-handed, you can find specific videos for left-handed knitting. Okay, so this is the bluebird guy. I'm just going to put him right here. You want to sit on the side? Okay, he's sitting on the side. Don't get in the way. No, I'll just put him here. And then I've got these two yellow guys. Oh, yeah. You got to be careful what you eat before you go to sleep. Well, some people have strange dreams if they eat certain things. Yeah, so that's those guys. Should I read one more chapter of chapter 2? Of what? Should I read one more chapter of Strange Message in the Parchment? One of you is going to sleep, so I don't want you to miss it. Oh, yeah. Crochet duckies. I don't like dreaming. I just want to go to sleep. Like, I enjoy being knocked out for operations. Then you just wake up. You don't have to like pay attention to your dreams and whatnot. It's just like you're gone. Sorry about my hand. I would listen to another. Okay, I'm going to read another chapter because I feel like I'm just, what is that verb? I'm showing you all this when I want to actually be reading. I mean, I enjoy doing other stuff, but I feel like I should be reading right now. So I'm going to go put these guys back up here. Careful. Oof. I'm also going to put this game back up here. Ah. Well, let me just bring this over too. Okay, before I start, if I'm having a nightmare, I can wake myself up from it. Oh, I wish I could do that. Go back to a dream. Yes, procrastination. No, that's not it. Yeah, something like that. Let me just show you one more pair of earrings. I had these are my favorites. I had them on earlier, but they didn't really go with what I was wearing. It looked kind of weird, but here are some pink dangly ones. These ones are cuckoo. They are pink, like kind of satin, silky, dangly guys. They're really fun. I'll stop now. That is a long word when you see it typed out. You know what? You know the word awkward? When you spell it out and look at it, it looks awkward. Don't worry. It's so nice to see the face behind the videos. You have a lovely personality. Thank you. I'm going to blush. I blush really easily. Who's that dwarf who turns red all the time? Bashful. I'm bashful. Okay. I'm almost out of drink. Shut up. Not you. Oh, I need to put some lip stuff on. I left some lip stuff here so I would have it, and apparently it's not here anymore. Oh, I put it in my makeup bag. I'll be back in 1 second. I gotta get lip stuff. I wish I had my blocky. Where's my lip stuff? Oh, wrong makeup bag. Here it is. Scoff. I just scoffed. Apparently, I look like I'm going to do a makeup tutorial now. I'm just looking for my lip goo. That's not lip goo. I thought I put it right here. I have 500 lip gloss, but I'm looking for a specific one. You people need to go to sleep, and I'm just looking for lip balm. I'll just find another one. Okay, wait, here's some. Here's a red one. I found a red one. I found another one. Ugh. Does this stuff have expiry dates on it? I go, ooh, and then I keep putting it on. Oh, it's got a hair on it. It's disgusting. Oh. Get off me. Oh, I'm throwing it out. I'll be back. I have one in my purse. I got another one. Yeah, I'm going to read another one. I'm just reading your oscillation. Okay. It's getting a bit too scientific for me. Isn't that a science word? Oscillation. Isn't that what a fan does? It oscillates. I don't know what I'm talking about. Okay. Tap water. All right. What just water bottle? Sometimes when I'm recording, I always have my water bottle with me. I take a drink, I press record, and then it does that popping thing, and I have to edit it out. Wow, that red Nivea stuff was a lot older than that. Okay. So what happened at the end was that Togo got a clue. They're going to go to the police with the license number. Okay. Are we ready? Quiet down. Sometimes I pretend I have a bunch of kids sitting on the floor in front of me. Keep your hands to yourself, Bobby. Chapter 2, Triple Creek Farm. Let's go back to the house first and get my car, Nancy suggested. It's some distance to the police station. Then we'll show Chief McGinnis the shred from the thief's dress and the jacket. He's a good friend of mine. Junie asked, what can the police find out from the jacket? Sometimes they discover the most amazing facts about the person who wore a garment. Like what? Oh, the blood type, kind of skin, height, weight, male or female. By this time, her friend from Triple Creek Farm was laughing. Don't tell me anymore. I'm lost already. When they reached the house, Nancy took Togo inside and told Hannah where they were going. Then, taking along the new jacket, Nancy backed her sleek blue car out of the garage and drove to headquarters. Chief McGinnis greeted the girls enthusiastically. Nancy, I know you have come to tell me about a mystery. I see it in your eyes. What is it this time? Nancy grinned, then introduced Junie. She told the middle-aged, good-natured man she was trying to track down a thief. Junie brought me this beautiful jacket from her father's sheep farm, but a short while later, a girl sneaked into our house and stole it. Chief McGinnis looked puzzled. You say this jacket was stolen? It was, but we got it back. Nancy told him about the whole incident and produced the piece of material from the thief's skirt. Her eyes twinkled. You see, Chief McGinnis, I even have Togo trained to be a detective. He's very clever. Maybe you ought to put him into our canine corps, the chief replied. Then he promised to alert his men and have them track down the thief, using the shred of cloth she had brought as a clue. Nancy told him the license number of the car in which the girl had escaped. I'll trace it at once, Chief McGinnis said. Nancy explained that the thief had actually worn the coat and run in it for several blocks. Then she saw a policeman ahead and Togo was close to her heels. So she threw the jacket onto a hedge. Do you think you might find any clues to her from this? I don't know, but if you'll leave it here together with the cloth, I'll have our lab inspect them carefully. Nancy thanked the officer and the two girls said goodbye. That evening, Mr. Drew was amazed to hear the story and wondered how the thief had entered their home. Nobody could explain it, and for several seconds there was silence in the living room, where the family had gathered with their guest. Suddenly, Togo, who had been lying on the floor with his ears cocked, jumped up, stood on his hind legs, and walked around. Junie laughed. How cute, she remarked. Not only is he a detective dog, but a trick dog. Nancy explained that there was more to the gesture than that. Whenever Togo was trying to convey a message to anyone in the family, he would do this. The little dog now dropped to all fours and hurried to the front door. Nancy followed and asked the others to join her. As they watched, Togo got up again on his hind legs and held the handle of the door in his forepaws. Next, he put his teeth around the handle, and presto, the door opened. The Drews and Junie looked at the animal in astonishment. You little scamp, Nancy said to him. You're the one that left the door open so the thief could come in. Togo acted very pleased with himself. He danced around some more and gave several short barks. That was a neat trick, Mr. Drew remarked. But I think we'll have to put an extra lock on the door, one that Togo can't reach and open for burglars. Togo seemed to understand. His tail dropped, a sad look came into his eyes, and he lay down. As Nancy patted him, she told her father about the invitation to Triple Creek Farm. Bess and George, and also Ned, Dave, and Bert are to be invited for a house party up there. The lawyer's eyes twinkled. With a mystery to solve and a house party included, I don't see how you could refuse. Nancy kissed her father, then immediately went to call her friends and give them the exciting invitation. Nancy would go ahead with Junie. The other guests were to follow later. While she was on the phone, Mr. Drew said to Junie with boyish pride, I have a few sheepskins of my own. Come with me and I'll show them to you. He led her into his study. Between bookcases and pictures hung framed diplomas. One was from high school, another from college, and the third and most impressive was from law school. I see you graduated from all three places with honors, Junie said. My congratulations. Thank you, the lawyer replied. The other day we were discussing the laws governing the ownership of sheep in your state. Of course you were, Carson Drew. Isn't it funny how he's always doing something that relates to what we're talking about? Very convenient. If you have a flock and any of the sheep are killed by wild animals, will the state reimburse the owner for his loss? Yes, Junie replied. And wild dogs are also classed under the heading of wild animals. It has always amazed me how dogs differ. Wild dogs will kill sheep and eat them, But those that have been reared from puppies by human beings love the sheep. They guard them and take care of them. We have several sheepdogs at the farm. My favorite is Rover. When I was a kid, my first dog, or like the first family dog I knew, was an Old English sheepdog. I don't remember, have I shown you, and sometimes I share pictures, right? Did I ever show you Sam? His name's Sam. I will find some pictures of him and share them. You know, Old English sheepdogs, they're so cute. I don't know if that's the same kind of sheepdog they're talking about in here, because there are different types of sheepdogs. These are like big, goofy looking guys. The conversation was interrupted by Nancy, who reported that all of their friends would be able to visit Triple Creek Farm. Bess and George can make it next weekend, she said, but the boys are uncertain when they can come. They'll try to visit at the same time as the girls. Nancy went on to say that her friend Ned Nickerson had told her about an interesting artist who lived in the vicinity of Triple Creek Farm. She asked Junie if she had ever heard of Vincenzo Caspari. Junior. I just had to say an Italian name. And I was like, I want to say it properly. And I did, I think. And then I couldn't say Junie. Junie shook her head. I never have, but my parents may know him. Why did Ned mention him? I was telling Ned about the strange phone call regarding the Parchment. He said this man might be able to help us. Let me see what you guys are saying. Chief McGinnis, another fun recurring character. Yeah, I would love to see pictures of Sam. Okay, you will. Let me write it down in case I forget. I mean, why? Why would I forget? Why? Let me just grab a piece of paper. Post pics of Sandy. Okay, there, I wrote it down. Is there anything else I'm supposed to remember that I should write down? Tell me, because I've got a pen. Whoops. I only ever had dust bunnies as pets, so easy to care for. No need to feed or water them. They grow on their own. And sometimes they stick to you like glue. So sorry it died, but I might have to leave. Oh, watch it, Mr. Blandings. Well, thank you for joining us. It was really fun. And I'm going to keep going, but you'll be able to watch the end, the part that you missed, because I'm going to finish this chapter. And then I'm going to sign off. Because I've been on here for an hour and 8 minutes, it says. Okay, let me see how many pages I have left. 1, 2, 3, 4. I have 4 pages and this much. I will try to read the rest without stopping. Okay, I'm going to keep going. Oops. All right. He said this man, Vincenzo Caspari, might be able to help us. The girls went to bed early and were up at 7 o'clock packing their bags. By 9, they drove off with good wishes from Mr. Drew and Hannah Gruen. They took turns driving Nancy's car since it was a long ride. Afternoon shadows were lengthening as the travelers finally reached the 600-acre Triple Creek Farm. Oh, okay. Oh, after the chapter, you can play Scrabble. Okay. What a wonderful place, Nancy exclaimed, as Junie turned into a long lane that led to the farmhouse. Though the building had many wings and extensions in every direction, it was attractive and inviting. Mr. and Mrs. Flockhart were there to welcome the girls. The owner was a large, handsome man with graying hair. Nancy thought his beautiful gray eyes looked as if they had stars shining in them. Junie's mother was small and dainty. Although her daughter resembled her, Junie was already half a head taller than Mrs. Flockhart. After making Nancy feel very much at home in the roomy, comfortable house, which was furnished with beautiful antique furniture, Mr. Flockhart tweaked Junie's chin. "It's high time you got home, young lady," he said. "The lambs are crying for you." Junie laughed and explained to Nancy that she worked for her father. Her job was to look after the newborn sheep. These were kept in a special barn with individual stalls, so they would not be endangered by other animals. As the group walked into the living room, Nancy noticed a framed, glass-covered picture hanging over the fireplace mantel. It measured about 12 by 20 inches. "Is this the mystery picture?" she asked. "Yes," Mr. Flockhart replied. "Nancy, it's all yours to solve. We've given up." "But let's not start now," Mrs. Flockhart begged. "Dinner is ready." "Oh, we don't get to hear the meal. Dang it." After the meal was over, Nancy looked at the Parchment paintings again. The first of the four was of a beautiful woman. The second, a young man with his back to the viewer. Nancy was intrigued by the third picture. It portrayed a group of angels surrounded by clouds. The figure in the center was holding an infant. The last painting depicted a collision between a steamer and a sailing vessel. Junie and her father had walked up behind Nancy. "What thoughts are going through your mind, young lady?" Mr. Flockhart asked. "I've never had the pleasure of being this close to a detective in action before. I'd be interested in hearing your ideas." "I'm afraid I haven't much to offer at the moment," Nancy said. "My first reaction is that the picture tells a story about a family. There was happiness in the beginning, but then tragedy struck. I think there is a connection between the second and last paintings. Perhaps something happened to the man at the time of the accident." "Do you have an inkling of what the strange message might be?" Junie queried. "I haven't the faintest notion," the girl detective replied. "But give me a little time. When I'm on a case, the facts are foremost in my mind. I refer to them off and on. My best thinking hours seem to be late at night or early in the morning." "By the way, Mr. Flockhart, have you met an artist named Vincenzo Caspari who lives in this area?" The answer was no, and Junie's father asked why Nancy wanted to know. "Ned Nickerson thought he might be able to help us," she said. Mr. Flockhart went to the phone and called the artist. A woman who answered said Mr. Caspari would be out of town for a few days. "I'll call again," Mr. Flockhart said. Nancy and Junie were weary from their long ride and retired early. The following morning, they dressed in shirts and jeans, had a quick breakfast, then went to the barn where the newborn lambs were. Nancy fell in love with each baby as she came to it. Suddenly, she exclaimed, "Why, here's a pure black one lying down. Isn't he darling?" The man in charge walked up to the girls, and Junie introduced him as Finny. I'm just going to see what you guys are talking about. Hi. Hi, Willow. That is a pretty name. My favorite trees are weeping willows. Willow Peace. I like that. Oh yeah, Finny. How's his voice gonna sound? What's this guy like? I don't remember. "Something happened to this Poor little fellow, he reported. Maybe he got stepped on. Anyway, he can't stand up. I guess we'll have to send him over to the slaughterhouse. No. Oh, don't do it. Not yet, said Junie quickly. Let me look at him. She entered the stall. As Nancy and Finny watched her, she manipulated the lamb's legs, massaging them, then rubbing the little animal's body. To the onlookers' amazement, the little black lamb stood up and bleated. Well, I'll be. He's gonna be all right, Finny exclaimed. I think he will be, Junie said jubilantly, watching the black lamb closely. Then she explained to Nancy that she had some training in animal massage. Nancy had noticed that outside there was a great deal of activity, carts and trucks going in both directions. Most of them contained full-grown sheep. Wishing to watch this part of the operation more closely, she walked out of the barn. Junie followed. Just then, a high-powered car roared around the corner of the barn, put on speed, and headed in the girls' direction. The driver made no attempt to swerve out of their path. Horrified, Nancy and Junie jumped back against the wall to avoid being hit. End of chapter 2. Oh gosh, what is the next process? The next thing that's going to happen? We're talking about slaughterhouses and like sheep and carts and stuff. Do we really want to read this? We will. We'll suffer through it. They were just going to send him to the slaughterhouse. Okay. Oh, yeah. It's a big cliffhanger. Are they going to get pinned against the wall? The little lammy. Little lamb. Junie had a little lamb. Okay, I'm not going to use this key as a bookmark because it it's not flat. I'm going to have to figure out some kind of a better tripod situation because I can't take all these books out. I do have them in sort of kind of some order, and I don't want to get them all out of order. I need to go, but thank you so much for reading. Hope you all have a wonderful time. Thank you so much for being here. And next time, we'll do chapter 3, whenever that's going to be. We'll figure it out. Maybe if this is a good time. Oh, I'm leaving to go to my parents on the 5th, and then I'm probably going to see. Oh, I'm going to be there for a couple weeks, and I'll be doing the 13th Pearl then. And Secrets Can Kill. And I don't really want to bring this book with me. I have a ton of stuff there already, so I want to kind of travel lightly. So maybe this book will be on hold for a while, if that works okay with you guys. Oh, I'm so glad you guys had a good time. So did I. It's really fun. Good night, Tanya. Good night, Alan. Have fun playing Scrabble. Good luck. Yes, I'm excited too. I'm really enjoying the 13th Pearl. Well, I finished reading it on my own, so I know how it ends, but I enjoy recording it too. And I like to, well, you probably know that I've been sharing some Japanese music, traditional music, every time I upload a chapter. And I have fun listening to that and finding stuff to accompany it. It's just fun, I'm going to have to refresh myself with the rest of the story, or how certain names are said. Because if I don't know how to say certain Japanese words, I will look it up or ask someone. And I have to make sure I'm still saying the names properly. Okay, great. Then we'll put the sheep book on hold for a little while. We'll have 2 chapters done and saved here. Okay, I've been on for an hour and 20 minutes. I'm going to say bye now. Thank you, everyone, for joining me, and have a good Sunday night. Sunday, right? And I'll see, what am I supposed to upload tomorrow? Like, I have to upload something. Well, you'll see more posts, videos, pictures. I'll post some pictures of Sam, the dog. Okay. Have a good night, everybody. Bye. Or whatever time of day it is. Bye.